This is a very special group of bottlenose dolphins. The only surviving population in the North Sea. They live on the very edge, isolated and vulnerable. And they share their home with people, living alongside oil rigs, boats, and busy harbours. It's a world that's become noisier and more polluted over the last century. But they're holding on. And each year they provide thousands of visitors with an unforgettable wildlife watching experience. No one knows the Moray Firth dolphins better than Charlie Phillips. Like Katie, he's a field officer for WDC. Charlie is cataloguing the unique markings on each animal's dorsal fin.
It means that we can keep tabs on what the population's doing just through the power of photography. We don't need to try and stick transmitters or markers on individual dolphins because they already have individual markings on their dorsal fins caused naturally by themselves.
Charlie's got to know the pod so well, he's given names to many of the individual dolphins.
When you're involved in studying them for any length of time, you not only begin to recognize them as individuals, but recognize them as individual characters too. They're amazing. I've spent 20 years watching and studying them and photographing them and filming them, and every day is different. There's no 2 days the same.
Charlie's favourite spot is Chanonry Point, a shingle spit sticking straight out into the Moray Firth. When the Atlantic salmon begin their spawning runs, the dolphins gather here on a rising tide. If you time it right, you can enjoy one of Scotland's most extraordinary wildlife spectacles.
The bottlenose dolphins have figured out a method of hunting where if they wait for an incoming tide, as the tide rushes past the tip of this peninsula, it creates tremendous whirlpools and eddies, and the migratory salmon that are coming through this area seem to congregate in one narrow spot, and the dolphins basically wait on this tidal current, almost like a supermarket conveyor belt, bringing the food towards them. Every now and again, a dolphin will take a fish that it's not quite comfortable swallowing. So what it's got to do is it's got to physically regurgitate it and then re-swallow it. It can sometimes take a dolphin 45 minutes, 50 minutes to swallow a really large fish. But it's worth it because that huge packet of protein and nutrition, it's worth spending the time putting that down your stomach because you don't know where you're going to get the next one from.